sausage is so real. It's like real sausage. You know, like when you get like the most real piece of sausage and you have to think about life and how real everything is in life. Just like makes you pause.
But wasn't it actually real sausage?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's why.
She was just using her limited vocabulary to talk about the sausage.
How good it was.
Yeah.
Because I thought, wait a minute. Is it sausage?
I didn't know if she was used to eating like vegan sausage or if she was used to eating imaginary sausage. Like the sausage was corporeal, like it was taking up actual space. It was an interesting comment. This is Badoo. It's Badoo.
I'm not on board with that yet, but I am on the board
with
print
Badoo.
Below Deck, Down Under, y'all. Season 1, Episode 2.
BDDU. Badoo.
I didn't get the name of this episode. Did you?
Yes. It was called Unchained and Untamed.
Ooh. I can't be tamed. I can't. That song makes you go
That's what they called me in grad school.
That's true. That song makes you go crazy.
Make me go crazy.
It speaks to you.
Can't be tamed.
Oh, man.
I can't be tamed.
God, I've seen you dance on a table to that song.
Taming me.
Wow.
This is Badoo Season 1, Episode 2, Unchained and Untamed. We delve more into these people's lives. Y'all, we're on break this week. We're on vacay.
We are when you're listening to this.
When you're listening to this.
We are recording this on July 3rd.
We're coming at you from weeks in the past.
So I don't know.
Hopefully nothing has happened that seems tone deaf.
That's what I worry about with recording stuff early.
Nothing has happened that seems tone deaf that...
Like there's going to be another insurrection or something that happens.
Or that, or Australia has actually turned its missiles on us.
Yes,
so,
or Australia had an earthquake and just sank.
Yeah. That is awful. Don't talk about that.
But no, but that's my mother's voice of what could happen.
Completely unrealistic. It would never sink.
It wouldn't sink.
There's enough of a continental shelf.
It wouldn't sink. New Zealand, you're on your own. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I will say...
We hope the world's okay. That's what we were saying.
This is kind of jumping into my tea bags, but first of all, we really like this season already.
I like it.
I loved episode 1. I thought episode 2 was even better.
I was okay with this one, but it's the second episode, so what are you going to do?
So, but there's something that Aesha says that, and going off of what Captain...
J-Boy.
Jason said.
My boy Jay.
Captain Jason said, at the end there's death, so let's have fun. And then in this, Aesha, this is later in the episode, but she's talking to Benny. She talked about kind of her horrible upbringing, and she basically says, so I just kind of in any situation I'm in, I'm like, well, I'm not going to die.
I'm not going to die.
I'm not going to die. So, which is it's actually a very like CBT therapy thing you use, but still I'm like, I guess is everyone down under just on the brink of death going to get eaten by some scorpion or snake? And they're like, they wake up every day and go, well, kangaroo didn't beat the shit out of me today. I'm here.
It's a day above ground that I haven't been boxed by a wallaby.
It's a perspective I appreciate.
We should ask our Aussie sissies that. They do seem to be a very resilient people.
Oh, very.
Yeah.
Very. I've seen Australia. I'm sure that showed me everything I needed to know as an American.
Looking back, that wasn't a good film.
You know what? We were both of us were basic Americans and really moved by that film.
Yeah.
We saw it on Thanksgiving.
I don't think it's a good film now.
And looking back on it, I have a lot of problems with that film.
Yeah.
It feels very tone deaf.
Yeah.
I bet if you're someone who is not white, you probably don't enjoy that film.
What happened?
Because all the Aboriginal stuff that they talked about in the film.
Oh, I think I was drunk.
It was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think I passed out halfway through the film.
You were drunk. My mother loved it.
Yeah, Chuck, she loves everything.
My mother would go to us to movies at Thanksgiving. We'd always go to the ArcLight, which is opening again. Did you see?
Really?
Yes, the ArcLight in Hollywood
So
is opening again.
So someone took it over?
Yes, and they're kind of revamping it, and
Good.
redoing the rest. Y'all, if you live in Los Angeles, that's a basic LA thing.
I know the Cinerama Dome, someone was doing that, but I don't think the
But they were just doing out. They weren't being like Cinerama Dome was being rented for things.
I see.
But no, a company and all theaters are reopening.
Great.
There. If you live in LA, that's a
big deal.
Because it's better than just some fucking theater with sticky things. I saw your scruff pop up, and you can tell them you're working right now, and you can work it later. You're working, not working it.
I'm a workaholic.
But anyway, my mother would always get a little tipsy on wine because she loves Jake's turkey and wine. And so at Thanksgiving, so we went and saw Burlesque. We left the theater.
It was a horrible film.
Horrible movie.
Laughably horrible.
My mother said, well,
I liked it.
It's called Burlesque, and it was a movie about burlesque. I
was like,
it.
And I kind of looked at her like, what planet are you from?
And then my mother said, well, God, that Hugh Jackman is so sexy, and it was a movie about Australia, just like it said. So my mom's not a Siskel and Ebert.
No, that she's not.
Anyway.
Both of them are dead.
Not my mother.
No.
But Siskel and Ebert. No, yeah. Siskel and Ebert are both. They are dead.
They're both dead. They're both gone.
We could do that. We could be a gay Siskel and Ebert and just review movies. That'd be fun.
They actually remember the names of people, so you'd have to. You'd have to do that.
That's fair. Not going to do that job.
Oh, I can see that. You know, what's his name? Who did that movie about the blah, blah, blah? It wouldn't be informative for anyone. My first teabag is Aesha saying, you know, we're just going to have a great time. I just want to have a really good time, and everyone's going to be good friends, and I don't want to be a bitch. This is mistake one. She's going to have to be a bitch before the end of the season.
Ironically, I don't think with her
Maybe
crew,
not.
because she said she wants to be like
she's going to with the chef. Yes.
Toomey was totally fine with being. They said, I'm going to have you be my second.
Yeah.
Mags was like, I'm fine being like. They both seem to be. They all three seem to be chilling. But you are right. It is going to be. I could see her having problems with Ryan, but also with Benny if he stays on, or even Brittini.
Yeah, they're in
Like
different.
they're in different departments. But like if they're having to cross, like doing a beach picnic or something like that, I could see a little bit of clash.
You're right. Yeah, it's just I worry about this nice all the time, because even Katie from Below Deck Med had a nice thing, but she could be kind of firm and tell you what she needed. She didn't need to be best friends with them. So it's an interesting managerial style. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of different.
I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's what I just want to talk about that and bring that up. Just put a pin in that, y'all. I'm sure we will revisit it.
I'm sure. I want to talk a little bit about. I really like Toomey so far.
Me too. I like her a lot.
I like her, and I like that she has this Instagram. We mentioned it in the first episode, but I want to talk about it now. This bitch was like, look, I want to design yachts, and I'm really into like yacht place settings, which you don't think is a big deal. But she's so smart that she created an Instagram of this because she said that's what she's gotten work before. And it makes so much sense with this crew. Everything now is becoming so, let's just not have an experience, but let's have an experience that we can document to show everyone that we're having an experience.
You mean this charter?
No, I think just in life and in like what's happening in a lot of these younger
so you're saying
younger rich, you see people living how many Instagrams have you seen of people in their like 30s, late 20s, even 40s? They're always just taking pictures of living that life.
You're saying that the yachting industry is changing.
I imagine. Just the world of, I think, high opulence is changing, period, in that. Like, it's
to be more social media friendly.
And I think that's really fucking smart of her to be like, this is where it's going, so I'm going to put this on Instagram, and that's how she got work.
And I think it's not just influencer work, but this is direct work.
Yeah.
This is not, I'm getting advertisers.
But no, like hired on boats.
Right. Yeah.
Good for her.
I like it.
Good for her.
I want to say that there's one moment where Jason says, I really have to be hands-on with Jamie. It's his first time being bosun, so I need to give him all the hands-on support he needs.
When's the last time you got it done?
It's been a while.
Might want to do it.
About a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
you're on vacation as people are listening to this. So right now
I may be getting dicked down.
Yeah, right now you're just going, ah! Which I'm glad.
Right now it's like there's a line outside my door and the bear is at the end.
Yeah.
He's okay with the sloppy forts.
He doesn't mind.
I promise I'm not getting fucked by an actual bear.
We did see that video of that bear high-fiving that guy. So that was a viral TikTok. So we're close. We're close. My next tea bag is Poodle. Pronounce this word for me, please. ESPRESSO.
Espresso.
Poodle, pronounce an incorrect way.
Espresso martini.
Y'all, I'm going to tell you this now. The other day I mentioned we were at a live show and someone said, thank you for talking about eyebrows looking like caterpillars because I've lightened up my eyebrows. I've already gone on that rant. We have
a problem with eyebrows in this country.
We do have a problem. Thank you, Sissy Alyssa, for mentioning it and making me aware that I needed to have this cause. Yeah. Also, I have a new cause because I just heard it the other day when we were on tour.
Espresso martini.
There is no X in espresso.
Yeah. No, we've
been talking
about it for years.
In espresso.
Yeah.
There's no X in espresso.
I'm surprised. This is a grammarian time for you to get up on. These are usually my domain. I've stopped caring about it because I hear it wrong constantly.
We can still fix. This is not important. This is not important. We've lost that.
Yeah, we've gone. We've lost the glottal. The subtle glottal and important.
I even caught myself once talking about something saying it's important.
Very important.
And I went, oh God,
we've lost it.
We haven't lost espresso.
Important, not important.
Espresso.
There
you go.
It's smooth. Espresso.
It's not espresso.
There's no expressing.
No. That's a good way. You're not expressing. You're
expressing. Stupid. Anyway. Again, I said this last. This is my next tea bag. I said this last episode, but I really believe this. The chef says, Ryan says, I hate breakfast. Blah, blah. Don't give them options. When Aisha's like, yeah, maybe give them, what else? Pull a salmon thing or this. And he's like, no. Tell them this is what I'm making. But to me, I get why you would want to have options because someone either may not like meat or someone would prefer fish.
Yeah, this crew or this charter, it's going to be fine. Any dietary, but y'all, he's going to get a charter with dietary restrictions.
If he gets a charter with dietary restrictions, he's going to freak the fuck out.
He's going to freak the fuck out.
So,
and I can't wait.
And what he'll probably try to do is still make the same thing so everyone can eat it. But someone.
You think he'll do that? I think he'll be an asshole about it.
Really? And interesting. Maybe not.
I could see him making everything, and then for that one person making something, he's like, here you go.
Here's a fruit plate.
Because, and I say that because the way he acted about the chef's food when they went out and eat.
Oh, later, he was so awful.
We're going to talk about that later, but that kind of leads me
y'all, I will say this now. I have been out to eat with some people who are chefs or people who, especially someone who's in culinary school. They're fine. There are some people who you will go out if you are with, especially chefy people. They might not complain, but they will ask the server all kinds of questions. You can tell the server is just so fucking annoyed.
They ask questions, but at the same time, I've only gone out. This only happened to me like once with a friend, but a while ago. But they also seem to be.
They give you a lot of inside baseball,
but they also appreciate how hard that chef is probably working.
That is true, but I'm saying most of my friends who have done that, who are chefs or things like that, are that way. I have been out to dinner with people who are like him.
Ryan is not that person.
No.
We'll talk about that but it makes no sense to talk about it now. Yeah.
But I was going to say,
I agree with you. Ina Garten even says, like,
Yeah.
don't stand. I think standing and making 8 different individual omelets
Yeah.
for everyone, unless you decide you want that to be the theme. That is the theme, is that this is a special breakfast of everybody gets to choose their own omelet breakfast. But
it's a lot of work.
it's a lot of work. I agree with you. I think
He
make it
follows
for
the
everyone.
cult. He follows this kind of cult of personality of the chef, though. That what I make is the best thing, and you'll get what the best thing is because I'm a chef and I do my thing, and my thing is the best thing.
Which I agree with you.
And here you go.
I want to know what their best thing is.
Yeah.
I'm open to trying that.
Now, if it tasted like shit, I would not be happy about it.
I wouldn't.
But it's interesting. It seems like none of these people have dietary issues. They say they eat everything, but you're right. Someone's gonna have that.
Someone's going to be gluten-free, dairy-free,
Yeah.
nut-free, and he's going to go
He's gonna be pretty intractable. Yep. So, but I just think it's so interesting, and of course they loved it. He's like, "See what I mean?" I'm like, "I hate that you're right so far."
He's not a very West Coast minded chef.
No.
Like, you can tell he's from Philly, and I bet he's done a lot of his work on the East Coast because LA chefs I think are way more amenable to different types.
Yeah, especially West Coast people. Yeah. The East Coast is having to be because a lot of people are just requiring that.
But I agree with you. I kind of feel like I don't feel like you should go to a restaurant and get everything you want the way you want.
Nope.
I totally don't agree. I think even if you, at least, but this is living in a big city, but it's just, I think you go to some restaurants and if sometimes they might not have a dish that suits your liking, that's okay. I mean,
think
if you're celiac and you need gluten, that's different.
it's a whole different thing.
That's a whole different
What
thing.
I
I'm not
what
talking
I
about
would
that.
suggest if you want, like, especially if you're at a fine dining place, I remember because I spent a lot of time working in fine dining, and what chefs hate is when you try to modify what they're already doing.
Like, I'm actually not that picky of either. There's very few things I don't, but I can't really get past strong horseradish or like a lot of blue cheese.
And you won't order it.
I just won't order that menu
Right.
item. And I would, so I'll
had-
find something else. And guess what? If there's a little bit of that I don't know about it, horseradish in it,
Yeah.
I'll still try it because I think the chef had this in mind for the flavor palette, and I'll try to eat it.
We had in one restaurant I worked in, we had a no substitutions. It said no substitutions allowed. People had so many fucking problems with that. Just saying it at the end of the menu, but it was great for the servers because we could point to it.
I'm fine with that. I think,
but it's just like people say, and with this, leave this off, and people don't understand that recipes are highly curated.
Yeah, I agree.
And they think it's like hold the mayo.
But I think what's a little different in that is that's I feel like you're going to someone's house. You're going to a restaurant. There is the caveat of this is a yacht where it's not necessarily his restaurant. It's not his. So I do feel like there should be a little bit more of his ability to include the guest experience.
It is the way he is viewing it, which is
He is viewing it that he is a brick and mortar
very
restaurant.
different than a lot of chefs previously.
Because Marcos had a very strong point of view about being a chef.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, y'all, the fact that Ryan's such an asshole and this is going to explode in his face is thrilling for me.
A lot of below deck chefs.
Yeah,
are
this
like
is
Ryan.
my first real asshole because Mayhew was.
He was an asshole, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
No, this was you missed chefs who only do beef cheeks,
And this is with Ryan. My next teabag, I think. For instance, I don't think a chef gets to dictate.
Oh, this
when
was completely
people eat
ridiculous.
food.
This was completely ridiculous.
Y'all, they're in the hot tub having a good time doing. He's trying to call Aesha. She, I guess, isn't hearing because she's serving drinks and working. Whatever the miscommunication happened.
He fires everything. He just fires all the food. It's all ready. Chef Jason is helping bring up food because he's assuming that the guests are already there.
And then he goes up there and sees,
The guests
no
aren't
one's at
here.
the table. They're actually still in the motherfucking hot tub.
This was a big failure.
I think, to me, I saw this as all on a failure on Ryan.
Well, I don't think he's used to agree. I don't think he's used to not checking in for a second time when the guests are going to be there.
Yeah.
I think he's expecting to have a cruise director, Julie, or something like that, who's always going to make sure things run on time. And on a yacht like this, the guests do things whenever they fucking want. It's not about, he's like, no, you tell them they're going to be ready to eat lunch at 2:30.
That's not how this works.
That's not how this works.
It's not how this works at all. And so that's why, did he say in the first episode that he had worked a lot on boats? I don't feel like he has.
He's starting. I think he doesn't. I think he hadn't worked on a lot of them, but he says on boats this. So maybe this is his like second or third job.
Did he work on fucking cruise ships where you just
I don't know.
everybody eats at fucking one?
Possibly. I don't know his CV, but it seems like they wouldn't hire someone with no experience working on boats.
Yeah.
But, this did feel like a rookie mistake where he would not check in with her again.
Yeah.
Yes, he could not. But I would not fire the food without confirmation that the guests were already seated.
Yeah.
Yeah. This felt like a super rookie mistake, and of course he blamed her.
Yes.
And no one else. He didn't say, "Oh, I guess I'll have to redo the way I do things."
Not even 0.5%
One
of
iota.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all, we're going to take a little commercial. We'll be right back.
A small dick energy, I tell you. Small dick energy.
She's not
She's
wrong.
right.
She's
It's not nice. I like they say he's a little cute to me, but his personality is so shitty.
He wasn't cute to me in the beginning. No.
Yeah, he's a little cute to me.
God, you've dated a lot of assholes.
I have. Boy.
Because if he was a little asshole-ish, but
I'd be into it.
But it would take a bit, but he eventually would bend or be a little reasonable. You would be so into it.
I would. He's talented too.
Which is attracted to you as well.
Yeah.
God.
That's a problem. So, y'all, we are
hashtag pray for Poodle. I don't know what's going to happen.
We are anchor chain flanking. We are anchor chain flanking.
That sounds hot. It's not, but it does sound like. Doesn't an anchor chain sound like a sexual?
It does sound like something I've done, like with a couple of guys in a line, kind of like a daisy chain.
Yeah, in like British Columbia or something.
Yeah,
You know,
and the one in the back is the anchor.
Prince Albert Island.
Yes.
Instead of Prince Edward.
I had a lovely summer on Prince Albert Island once. Oh, it's hard to gauge how much fun I had. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That may be my first piercing pun.
That's your first piercing pun, yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. But I mean, you said it and I went, whoa.
I did not
expect this.
I hate her, but I miss her ridiculousness.
She's going to be back.
She will be.
We've already heard she's going to be on the next season of Happily Ever After.
Uthman, I don't
Y'all,
know.
Happily Ever After is going to be a fucking dredge.
I can't believe
if it's true who they're saying. I don't want to announce it yet because we haven't
I can't believe we haven't. Well, I have a feeling this is a little bit off topic. I have a feeling that this
could be that could reality gaze : a little off topic.
But I think this season could go on for a while because we're not even though we're 30 days out for a lot of people.
Now we're on we're on vacation right now.
Right.
So we're 3 weeks from when
but still I think there could be 5 more episodes.
We're talking at the beginning of July there could be 5 more episodes.
Yeah.
I think there could too.
Because I think we would see a trailer a month out.
We haven't. Sometimes it's like 2 weeks before, and they tell us what's happening. We have not. Last time we didn't know till 2 weeks before what was happening.
That is fucking crazy.
It is crazy. We have no idea what.
But
happened.
it is Happily Ever After is the next installment of 90 Days.
You said Happily Ever After.
Lathal. Bring them back.
Let's talk about and I'm going to switch to my phone in a minute because my iPad's dying, so I'm not on my phone for my notes.
Things I didn't need to know.
Well, I didn't want you to feel like I was.
What would I do? Think you're just leaving?
Well, you just pick up your phone randomly and just start looking at Dick.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's talk about my next teabag is the Brittini.
Otherwise
I really
known
want to
as
call her
Brittany.
Brittani.
I know.
Brittini and Benny conversation. And then we'll talk about the anchor flanking.
I really liked the way she established herself here.
Same.
She didn't come in a way that she didn't say basically, I don't like the way you're blonde, and kind of like in a way where sometimes women, especially who are around all men, think that you have to appeal to a sense of you have to feel like a victim. She just says, no look, I don't like this because it makes me feel this way.
Yeah.
And we're both at the same level. And he says, actually, I have a lot more experience. And she kind of shuts him down and says, but look, it's the way you're talking to me. Just know that this is the way I feel. I'm telling you how I feel now. Yep. And he gets it because she doesn't try to, she refuses to argue about the way she feels, you guys. This is so smart.
It is.
Because he's telling him, he's talking about things that he knows. He's like, and frankly, you don't know a lot. And she goes, this is the way it makes me feel. It makes me feel belittled.
Feels like ordering.
Right.
That you're ordering me to do.
And she refuses to budge.
And she says, now I don't know if she's right. She says, we're on the same level.
That's not really true because he does have more experience.
And when she says, if I don't know what I'm doing, I'll reach out. And I get that. However, though, sometimes they're dealing with safety things.
Right.
So but she is right that probably, I would imagine, that's for Jamie to step in and say, Brittini, you don't know, let me give you some guidance.
This would be for the bosun to know what certain staff members know. And you would not say, Brittini, go do the chain flanking. Because you might know what it is, but if you haven't done it a lot... by the way, we haven't seen that a lot in a lot of these boats, you guys, because this is a very big boat.
It's a very big boat.
And so normally they just raise the anchor fine. We haven't seen a lot. Maybe
it's a big boat, and also I actually think this is an older boat.
Yeah.
It's pretty, it's nice, but I can just tell by the decorations.
It feels
and
90s.
Stuff. It's very 90s.
Feels 90s, yeah.
So I think, the engine didn't work in the first, so I think we're in
a lemon!
Think we're in an older boat.
The Thalassa, I'm saying it wrong.
Whatever. I didn't pay attention.
Shocker.
And Benny has this moment where I go, oh, is he going to be a little more considerate? Because Benny says, I get where she's coming from. And I went, wow, but then he followed that up with, he said, what Benny does best, and not in a narcissistic way, but this guy's an open wound walking on the boat right now, so he can't help but not make things about his experience. And he says, I don't want to do that to her because my mom and my dad talked terribly to one another.
Yeah.
So I'm putting the pieces together going, oh, so you grew up probably in a verbally abusive household.
Yeah.
Who knows what else? And then your mom died, and then your dad died 6 months later.
Yeah.
And I don't think you ever got closure about these issues growing up.
I promise you.
So he is just hit by raw emotion and childhood trauma.
If he makes it through the season,
not going to happen.
I will be so shocked.
I'll be shocked if he makes it 6 more episodes.
I think he's going to have a lot of problems in the next 2.
And
yeah.
For instance, we'll talk about that later, but what's your next teabag?
This is Captain Jason crashed a boat. There was footage of it, and it was just crashed a fucking boat. Now, what he did, he tried to put it where it wouldn't hurt anyone because he couldn't stop his thrusters.
Basically, there was a mechanical malfunction.
Yeah.
So basically Captain Jason just kept
runaway boat.
He kept
runaway
thrusting.
boat.
He was thrusting.
He was trying to press and just thrusting and thrusting and thrusting and thrusting.
And where are we?
And I need a cigarette. And then he just rammed into he rammed into him. But gently. That was so loud in my headphones. You probably couldn't hear anything where you are. But
no, y'all, they can hear that.
Okay.
They can hear the sound effects.
He did it. He tried to thrust and ram in the best possible
way. But the boat was going, so he did, I guess, I don't know, some type of reverse thrust. It sounded like some Star Wars shit with Han Solo.
He looked so hot in that interview. God, he's hot.
So he's talking about this dinner. I want to talk about this. I think is a miss of Ryan that they want to have this high level synchronized serving dinner
with tacos,
because especially y'all, if the captain is there, that's like you want to throw out all the stops with you want to make it look like a great dinner. If they're serving in synchronization, meaning I mean that the stews are like plating at the same time.
Like a ballet.
I laughed
service
hysterically watching them serve fucking tacos.
Now, I agree with you. I don't think Jason cares as long as they love the food.
He doesn't care, but I just want to say, it looked ridiculous.
I think it actually was the right choice for these people because the chef knew that this had been all over it. And I've heard, and then birria tacos are everywhere. Everyone's doing them.
I just think they could have been plated better. It looked like a plate that you would see, honestly, again, in a restaurant that looked nice.
I agree with you. I just think he has been remarkably prescient about what he thinks these guests want.
It is, but it just looked like tacos you get like at
I agree.
Houston's.
Houston's? Is that
You never been to a Houston's?
Is that a steakhouse?
It's like a steakhouse, but it's nice, but it's not like a Del Frisco's, but it's
of course. Oh, not a Del Frisco's.
Well, Del Frisco's are very expensive.
I don't know any of these places you're talking about.
Del Frisco's all over, like in Dallas, here in Century City. There's one.
There's a Del Frisco's.
Yes.
Are you saying the right name?
Yes.
Del Frisco's.
These are like.
I don't think I go to a lot of chains. Del Frisco Grill.
Yeah.
It's Double Eagle Steakhouse.
Yeah.
I have never been.
It's like, I know because people come into town from LA, because in LA, we're not used to chain restaurants.
I've heard like Ruth Chris.
It's like a Ruth Chris, yes.
Ruth's Chris.
That's what I said, Ruth Chris.
Ruth's. It's a possessive.
Ruth's Chris?
Yes, I don't know why.
Why would they do that to people? Welcome to Ruth's Chris. My name is Matt. I'm serving you.
It was a miscalculation.
Wow. Way to fuck people over.
I'm sure there's a story. Yo, come on us if you know the story why it's Ruth's. Maybe Ruth's is the first name and Chris was the surname or something like that.
Why not be Ruth?
Someone
Ruth Chris's.
No, I don't, because I don't think it is. I think it's Ruth's Chris Steakhouse or something like that.
We need to move on.
Even I was bored.
Can we go back to the pummeling and pummeling?
Right.
Can we get to that safe space?
Can we talk about the fact that the guests go to bed at 11:30?
That's why they're not like.
I'm amazed.
I'm impressed. That's what I want. They had been out all day on the ocean doing shit.
True. Boy, the ocean makes you tired. Swimming in general.
Well, yeah, it does. I mean,
you don't get in the ocean though, do you? You dip your toes like Mama Platt.
I've been in the ocean, but I
don't like sharks.
I'm scared of sharks.
Would you snorkel like they're doing?
I would do it here. Or I would do it.
I think it looks so cool. I would love to do it.
I would totally. I'm not scared of the ocean per se, and also that calmer water. I'm actually more scared of. I'm scared of sharks, but I'm even more scared of the violent power of the ocean carrying me away. I'm scared.
I'm kind of into that.
I'm scared. Yeah. Like, I'm terrified of a riptide just taking me out.
But that's like the power of nature.
Nope. I'm never going to be more powerful than that. It's just good. And I know I should. I'm a Pisces, whereas Captain Jason's a Libra. We're going to talk about that.
Ooh, like me.
But
No, Libras are naughty.
But no, I'm just going to get carried out to sea.
That happened to me
I know
when I was a kid.
I know someone's going to say, Maddie, you swim along perpendicular to the shore. I'm from Oklahoma, landlocked state. I'm not going to know what to do.
Lake Murray didn't have very strong currents.
Did not. And it had turds floating in it, so I didn't want to be in it.
Lake Murray had turds?
Yes, my mother told me once she saw shit in the lake, and that's why we never got in it. I don't know. I thought shit sinks.
It floats.
Anyway, my mother would never get in the lake. We never went, and that's why I don't like lakes or snakes because of my mother.
Wow. What trauma.
It's true. But it's what I grew up with. Whereas maybe you freak out. Some people, maybe not because you live in Texas. I will sit and watch a funnel cloud above me and watch it touch down like a mile from me and just sit and watch it and enjoy the beauty of nature and know when I need to get in the cellar.
They don't bother me that much. I'm not bothered by a lot of natural phenomena. Even earthquakes don't scare me that much, and I think I should be scared of them, but they don't really.
Yeah, nothing's nailed down in this house.
No.
It's just going to pellet you. Just bam, 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 bam.
My bookcase is going to kill me.
Do you have anything? No. I mean, not any. Only his TV's on the wall, y'all. And that's fucking
You only live once, like they say in Australia.
Yep. Might as well have fun.
So I want to talk about my next one is about Benny getting in with the chain.
We'll talk about drama, not of the moment, but bringing it in. Because he said he's claustrophobic already.
Right. And then he cut his foot. And I can understand what my thing would be to say, I don't want to do this. Can you get someone else to do it? I guess I'm thinking.
I mean, so he said he's claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Claustrophobia is a real thing.
Yes.
I have a little bit of it.
I can't. Tunnels freak me the fuck out still. Oof. I have to close my eyes.
I want to say, like, in a normal workplace environment, it would be probably very supportive, or should be, in a place where Pam's the charge of HR. This is not that.
Right.
This is on a boat, and it's kind of everyone has to pull their weight. And so how do you do the job that's asked of you? Because I'm trying to be empathetic, because I'm looking at it. It doesn't look that stressful. Even Culver and Brittini are both like...
It would kind of freak me out, I think. But I think I would just say, I'll do anything but that. I think I would establish a really clear boundary.
I don't think that's Benny's way. I think there's a lot of other things he won't do.
And maybe he didn't feel like he had the option to say no. So that there is that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. He did kind of freak out about it, and
he's like, it's full on panic, saying, screaming, saying, it's gonna pull me under. It's gonna pull me under.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we see Culver doing it, and he's just pushing the
thrusting.
He's actually thrusting the anchor.
Thrusting.
And he keeps on thrusting it, but he does.
Pushing.
Letting you get it done. But then he's...
with his sinewy body.
It is a sinewy body.
It's meaty yet sinewy.
Very sinewy. So, I don't know, come at us, sissies that worked on a boat. It felt like Benny was making this a bigger process than what this is.
I don't know.
But
I get it.
An abnormal response to a normal situation is a marker of trauma or what. So I get he's got it.
Something's going on. And they tell
Jamie's just like, which he is.
At least he doesn't shame him. He says, "Culver, get over here. You need to do this. You put a life jacket on."
He says this guy's drama, but he just gets someone else to do the job.
So then he tells,
because Jamie even says, like, we're here to support you. Like, he says all the right stuff to him.
Then Captain Jason, Jamie tells Jason about the situation. He's like, that we need to be what? We need to be
cracks
really...
are forming. Yep. That's what he says.
Right.
Cracks are forming.
So, what was that?
Cracks are forming. Cracks are forming.
That's Dick Van Dyke, not Australia.
No, that's Australia. Good day. Cracks are forming, Captain Jason.
That's a little Scottish, too.
Sounds like you're just there. So, speaking of Captain, my next teabag is, I think we might have seen this with Captain Glenn, but Captain Jason fucking helps them with their bags.
Yeah, that's true.
We do not see that on a boat, y'all. Never.
Captain Sandy has never touched a suitcase. Only hers.
Maybe Captain Daddy has, but I don't think so.
Not really. He's old school.
I feel like Captain Glenn did.
Yeah, I could see that
I
because
felt like-
it's a smaller staff, so everyone has to pitch in.
Yeah. So the charter leaves. Hot Charlie. God.
He's so
He's
hot.
just shirtless a lot, and I'm here for it.
Y'all, I think his Instagram is private. We tried to find it.
Ooh.
I need to find his socials.
He's hot.
Yeah, and I need to know if he's gay and if he has a boyfriend.
Boy,
Not like I care.
Wow.
Not like I care.
Wow.
Because I need to slide into someone's DMs.
Wow.
Or at least trade nudes.
Golly. Okay. So they have a crew meeting. They get a good amount of money, and they all get a good tip. And so,
It's okay.
did you see though? We're all Mags and Toomey when they're talking to Captain.
What's your star sign?
But did you know that he says Libra, and Mags literally rubs her breast? She goes, "Oh, a Libra can be naughty too."
A Libra man. I need a Libra man, like little Edie.
Yo, Mags is going to cheat on her boyfriend.
Mark my words.
Mark my
They
word.
will not be together by the end of the charter. Or the season.
Y'all.
Yeah.
I
Even though
think
she was
there's-
saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah.
I think there's more of a chance of her hooking up with someone than Toomey.
Agree. Yeah.
Ooh.
Agree.
And y'all, Captain Jason knows what's going on. He ain't dumb.
So they are. What did you think? I want to ask you this. In the service industry, there is a camaraderie, and when someone does fuck up, people do rib other people about it, and everyone gets a laugh at it. But you just know it's not going to be you next time. It's going to be someone else. So that's when they brought out Captain Jason's award, but it's also for the person who really didn't do as well, and they want them to do better. As someone who doesn't do a lot of service industry stuff, did you have a problem with that, or did you think it was awful to do?
Well, I didn't do a lot of service industry, but I grew up just like the way my family and also, honestly, I think if you do a lot of competition, whether it's sports or even competitive speech and things like that,
Right.
it was we had to work as a team, and we did things like this too. So I don't have a problem with it. Also, just knowing this is a very Australian way of dealing with that,
Yeah.
like Captain said. So, but I understand the intention where it comes from. It actually, I think for most cases, and I think in this case specifically, I didn't get a shame component from it. It's more of kind of what we talk about of, hey, you can do better. Let's
Right.
all laugh about it. And then you don't feel like you're the odd person out doing bad.
That's
It's
where
that
I took it.
because someone else, he says he gives this award every charter.
Right.
So what that tells me, what I would tell myself is, well, I got it this charter. Someone else is going to get it next
That's
charter.
exactly the way I thought about it. We had in a catering company I worked with. There's always someone. You're always breaking glasses. You're always breaking things, and you got the Butterfinger award you literally get a Butterfinger because you had broken so many things.
Yeah.
And it meant this. We're recognizing this. Don't fuck up again.
It's like try to be better, but we've all done it.
Yeah.
And so I got it. Culver gets really into it.
I'm part of the team.
Oh, I'm like team, bro.
Love team, bros.
Love team. Benny, I want you to wear that helmet, and then I need you to take your shorts off because we're a team.
We're gonna do some hazing tonight. I'm gonna thrust up against you again.
And thrust.
And again.
And thrust.
He's from Maryland.
I knew Benny. I knew Benny would take it the wrong way. And cut
Boy.
to y'all, they go to the dinner and he's not wearing it.
Well, it's kind of like the thing about it is you can either have fun with the group, you can either try to assimilate and have fun with the group you're going to be working with for this whole season, or you can make it personal about you.
I mean,
And
a lot of people or some people are going to watch this and say they feel like it's bullying.
yeah, I think
Which
some
I think
people
is
might.
I think bullying's an overused word.
Right.
I believe in bullying very much so, but it's like
You believe it's real.
I believe
You don't
it's real.
believe in
I believe in bullying, y'all. Bully that neighbor, bully that friend, because in the end, there's just death. No, it's that to me does not constitute bullying.
Yeah.
because It's about intention. This intention is not to make him feel like feel othered or feel outsider, but actually it feels like to make him feel included.
And that's the weird part here is that a lot of people, we're in this age of where, nope, we have to make sure everyone feels validated, blah, blah, blah. In a work and service environment, you guys, sometimes people are not going to come up to where we need them to be with just strict validation.
Now, like maybe a good way to do this would have been like for the captain to say, hey, for the first dinner, I'm presenting the award to myself because the ship didn't start on time. He could have taken as maybe a first time and he wears it.
Yeah. That's almost overdoing it.
That's overdoing it. Yeah. I think. And that's not the job. That's the captain. The captain's never wrong, really.
No.
Unless they wreck the
Infallible.
boat. Because they're the captain.
Yeah. I agree. I didn't mind that. I think that's a smart way to make every charter specific. And if anything, it makes for great television. And I was kind of like, this is the first time you're not going to wear it. And he's like, oh, it's very heavy.
It just shows that it actually shows to me Benny is not a team player.
Yep. Then there's that thing where Ryan's complaining about the porterhouse. It's not an actual porterhouse because there's no filet.
Oh, what a fucking
douche!
Dick. Yeah, he's just a gross.
And that little bit
guy.
where with Benny and Jamie, where he's like, "Remember that I just need you to listen to me and slow down, and I am your boss." And Benny says, "I don't listen to anyone."
He actually says, "I'm a grown man, and I'm not your monkey, and I'm not going to dance." And I went,
"That's not what he said."
That's not what he said, and also. He is your superior. Yeah. You do have to listen to what he said.
Can you imagine if you said that to your boss? I'm a grown man and I'm not your monkey. First of all, your boss would be confused.
Your boss would be confused. And then your boss would say, okay, would you like your severance in the mail or would you like an electronic deposit for that?
It's just so... It's almost like this guy has not worked... It
feels like he and Ryan have not worked on a boat.
Right. Even though he says I have all my licenses and stuff, maybe he hasn't worked. Maybe he's been the chief person
in a smaller boat.
Yes. That may be it. I don't know.
I would listen to everything Jamie told me.
Me too.
Everything.
Thrust.
A little wider, Maddie. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. No teeth, Maddie. Oh. Oh.
Gross. Mm-hmm. That's the show.
That's the show, everybody.
Wow.
This has been Below Deck Down Under.
Badoo.
Below Deck Down Under.
Badoo.
We're going to jump into, we're going to be having, this is on our vacation, but we're going to continue with season 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah, if you're listening this week and going, where's Below Deck Men? We're on vacation. We're not going to go back and cover that show because we did this one early because we had time.
And thank y'all for giving us the grace of having a week off and not saying or DMing us saying, I can't find this on the free feed.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
Most people, I had somebody message me already and said, y'all really should have taken 2. I'm like, don't give me ideas.
I know we're going to get people saying, didn't see the free feed this week because even though we've been saying we're on vacation and we're on vacation, I just know. And I'm not going to, and you know where you're going to get a dick pic occulty.
Uh-oh.
Every single time.
Be warned. Y'all enjoy that dick pic. But until then, anchors are gay.